Before you hit the river, there's one thing every kayaker and canoeist should check. It can make the difference between having a fun, epic day float or a dangerous trip. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to look up the water level for any river. So the first step, of course, is to know where to look. And in the US, the most reliable source is the USGS river gauge system. And the easiest way is just to jump on Google, type in USGS, and then whatever river name after that you're going to. For example, I'll type in Buffalo River, and this will take me to one of the monitoring locations on the Buffalo River. This first result is Ponca, and this is the Ponca Low Water Bridge, and this will show you the gauge height. So today it's at 3.4 feet, and up here you can see a 30-day span and a 1-year span. And a great tip for any river is to get on here and look at the 1-year span, and you can see where the water levels are most active and best for floating. And of course the Buffalo is springtime, so like March to mid-June, and then it really dips off late summer. And just to throw another example in, I have the James River pulled up on the USGS river gauge system. And you can see here, this is the 1-year span. And we got some serious flooding. This purple line here and red, yellow, those are all flood stages. If you scroll down a little bit to hit show legend, right here it'll show your flood stages in feet. And you can correlate that with what's on the graph here. So let's look at the 7-day. We're at 4.5, 4.6 feet on January 7th. We're well below flood stage. Flood stage starts at 8 feet. And you do also have to be aware there are multiple gauges for every river. So you need to figure out what put-in you're going to, and then look up the gauge that's closest to that put-in. But there are plenty of options to figure out what put-in or what river you want to go to. For example, in Missouri, I have this Missouri's Paddler's Guide that the MDC puts out. It's got all the put-ins. It's got descriptions of each put-in and a map. We'll kind of give you a description on what time of the year is best. I'm sure there's guidebooks like that for all the states. The guide will also show the international scale of river difficulty, which uses Roman numerals, class 1 to 4, to rank rapids from easy to hard. And of course, it will sometimes show the appropriate water level at which it's best to float at, but it's always good to do research. Another good resource is local outfitters. For example, the Buffalo River has the Outdoor Center and several other outfitters in that area in which you can call ahead and ask if there's any hazards on the river that you need to be aware of and current water levels. And you can actually get on the Buffalo Outdoor Center website and download the Buffalo River map, and you can see all the different put-ins. A good tip is to always check the river levels the night before you go floating and the morning of. And if that water level is 20% above what's considered high, then you definitely do not float. And don't always rely on the numbers on Google and these gauges, because sometimes the gauge will be broken or it'll be delayed. Another good tip is to be aware of the weather. So if we've had a lot of rain in the previous days, definitely be aware that the river levels will rise very quickly, especially on the Buffalo. It can go from flood stage to too low to float in a matter of a week. The reverse of that, of course, is also very true. Rivers rise very rapidly and can be very dangerous. So definitely be aware of any rainfall that's happened or forecasted to happen in the future, because you definitely don't want to also be on the river when there's a thunderstorm about to hit. Other things to consider is maybe the wind. High winds can make the water choppy. This is kind of more for a lake day, but it can also affect you on the river. And of course, be aware of the temperatures. Obviously, if it's too cold and you flip, you're going to get hypothermia. And once you get on the river, you can't really get off. So just be aware of the temperature, be prepared, always have the proper gear, clothing, dry bags, etc. So my personal approach to checking water levels is to check it the night before, the morning of, and to also look at the year span so you know what you're getting into for that time of year, and also call outfitters. I find it very good practice just to call an outfitter before you get there to make sure there's no hazards going on or any unforeseen things you can't look up online. Boots on the ground, you can't beat. No matter what the gauge says, always wear a life jacket, stay aware of obstacles, don't float alone if you're new, and always bring the proper gear. By checking water levels ahead of time, you're not just protecting yourself, you're making sure every float is safe and fun. I hope you found this information useful. If you have any suggestions or want to see me do anything specific, leave it in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one.